Chapter 18. Trust and Own Your Truth. Owning your truth has been mentioned several times, and it's now time to explore its deeper meaning. Daily affirmation as motivation. Your first step is the message. Second is to remove and cleanse the bad energy. Third, you must get your attitude right. And fourth is confidence. You must write down your name and say it out loud, being proud of who you are and what you will become. You only have one choice, and that's to be the best version of yourself, and it starts with getting to know the person deep inside that you wrestle with every day. You know why we hide from that person inside? That person inside is the one who knows all your secrets, the one who calls out your fear as if it's your security blanket. Just as you should have boundaries set for people who are in your life, the same applies with the monster on the inside. The problem with avoiding the person on the inside is that he gets stronger while you get weaker. Every day spent running from him is a day he gains the edge. The further it goes, the harder it is to overcome it. No matter where you are in your life, you must find the courage to stare it down until it cries for mercy. Acknowledge the struggles and the difficulties and then speak life into how you plan on handling it going forward. Our hardest truth is our own, especially when we are trying to own our truth. How many lies have we believed? How many times will we not accept who we are and stop listening to the voice that says you're not enough? When will we start listening to those who truly care instead of those who only care about themselves? When do we start accepting criticism to be a part of the development instead of taking it personally? Worry about presence, not your position. You must focus on being the best at it, and then you must put in the work when no one else is looking. Success, money, position, and all the great certificates that come with winning can be yours. However, you must chase what you don't have. You must learn how to function at a high level through the intangibles. Define and refine within yourself the values of leadership, professionalism, charisma, and integrity. Use these tools that are right at your fingertips. Don't be too stubborn or too impatient to listen to the advice from so many who have done it before you. Why should you distinguish yourself as different? Many will always pretend to be looking so they can never have to start working. Number 1, separate yourself. What makes you different than any other person that steps in that job or that room? Number 2, what do you want? Hard to get it if you don't define it. Don't chase titles or money, but decide what you want. When you pursue it, does it make you happy? Not a moment of happiness, but fulfillment and satisfaction that you are using your gift for the better of mankind, and in return be acknowledged for what you can offer when given the opportunity. Number 3, work towards what you want, then work as if you already have it. Get out of wanting and wishing and allow the universe to do what it does best. The universe has a gift to create energy, health, wealth, and blessings, but we must call out to it to an upholding highest respect for it. Number 4, focus on motivating and empower people. Times do change, so motivation alone won't cut it. It goes deeper, and you need to back up your words. Even if you don't use your words, you can motivate by getting excited and creating a sense of urgency that people want to be a part of. Number 5, understand people and their personalities. Read them and understand them better than they know themselves. Most people don't realize how predictable they are and how replaceable they are. They fail to be unique or appreciate what the universe has given them, so they become another lifeless soul wondering why their life hasn't turned out better. Number 6, put people first. You are important, but they matter just as much. You are skilled and you know you have gifts, but without them, you can't hit the ceiling and bust through it. Being on top without support means you don't stand a chance and will eventually fall. Number 7, presence, not position, is about people being attracted to you for who you are and not the title behind it. Be true to yourself and be honest with people. People appreciate a person of integrity. Number 8, confidence, not cockiness. You better be able to stand like a peacock in the fight or you will be crushed. You have to have the edge or you won't make it. Arrogance shows through more than anything. It's ugly and it's hard for people to even want to associate with you, let alone speak to you. Trust is powerful when it's not broken. When lost, the likelihood it will be regained is low. If your team can't trust you and your ability to lead them, you may need to move on. Some damage can't be fixed without a change of environment. Learn from your shortcomings and make building trust a priority. Number 9, be yourself and be someone that people want to be around. Be someone who genuinely cares about them, cares about the business and its goals. Most importantly, genuinely care about their health and well-being. Understand them and create relationships that prove you have their back and in return will have yours. Be professional but realistic. Relate, but separate so you can lead, but not become emotionally attached to every feeling and thought that exists. Having a purpose. Having a purpose means expectations. Having expectations means you are determined to accomplish something big. Then you will see what being successful looks like. The target is always moving, so you must challenge the status quo but demand for higher performance outputs. When you hit that point in your life where you're in touch with who you are called to be, it's a place that you can't describe. You spend years chasing and perfecting it, learning from each struggle and event that has made you who you are. This level of maturity and being at peace with yourself is worth going after. You just know it and you feel it, and the mind will always try to deceive you or convince you elsewise. But this level of strength is unlike anything you will experience. So what will your future you think of you? Will they be proud that you stood the test of time and that you did what you could with what you were given? Would it commend you for fighting off demons and pushing through into new opportunities that maybe weren't easy, but you were doing life and living life? Would your future self be disappointed that you allowed situations to consume you so much that you gave up? Would it be sad because it watched the light burn out as you settled into silence because it was just too much to bear? All self-promotion and entitlement are a foolish answer to a foolish question. It carries no validity and it has no backbone. It's supported on lies told by the deceiver himself. We will all be humbled at some point, so I encourage you to be smart and prepare for the many blessings and many trials. The lie in itself is harmless. It's detrimental when the mind believes the lie and stops pursuing development, maturity, and growth. Every step, every decision, every day during the period merely becomes foolish. You don't need the crowd's approval to validate that your gift is working, but you do need to respect the people you lead. The process of being a strong leader has so many characteristics that you can never achieve them all, but you can begin to understand how important they are, so they become a part of your character. Don't have separate allegiances. Your mind says this, your friends say that, your coworkers another. If you're torn, then you're not truly reborn. You must own your truth and hold strong to being confident with that person inside. No one is asking you to just conform, but you must recognize when someone is giving you great leadership advice that you are refusing to listen to. It's time to take a step back and ask yourself, what can I change today that will start positioning me to be a respected and appreciated leader in the future? The simplicity of leadership is thinking we know too much, when in return kills our ability to actually lead. When we know too much, we actually realize how little we know. There was a time, probably 12 years ago, when I was told, "You are always dreaming things up, but don't follow through." I wasn't sure how to take it because I was just pushing in any direction possible to find that big moment. Not that the statement wasn't entirely true, because I'm a dreamer and I put a lot of effort into everything I did. I just couldn't get things to break through. I did, though, dream up a lot of things, tried a lot of things, and failed at a lot of things. Time and money always got me. It wasn't from a lack of energy or motivation. I could outwork 10 men, but the world just felt bigger than I was willing to admit. As my responsibilities grew, so did the world that I was reaching for. I felt like I could just grab the world and put it in my pocket. It doesn't work that way just because you gain control of your emotions and understood your past as a stepping stone rather than an anvil holding you back. The world shows no mercy, and it will tear you apart limb for limb, destroying your mind and your hope for something better. Be a mercenary on a mission and let nothing get in your way, not even a world that you haven't discovered yet. Owning your truth also means understanding the realities of the others. I had a guy tell me once about being a gunner overseas. There was a truck driving at them, and he didn't have much time to decide and ultimately ended up pulling the trigger. It turned out that it had explosives. Just think about the split second he had and if he would have been wrong. Most of the time, life doesn't give us much time to make decisions, and we must be quick on our feet. But if you're never prepared for that moment, you'll miss it. Don't make decisions or have regrets that may have consequences you'll live with forever. 2 key things that you must always do, and it doesn't matter what you're doing. Communicate and follow through. It's that simple to start today for the rest of your life. Be big. Your time and your moment want you to succeed, so don't just go through the motions. Again, fill your life with joy, and even when you're buried, burned out, and beaten down, rejoice today that is going to be good because you are in it. Connect with communication and be a man of your word. Stop trying to change or figure out why others won't change and work on yourself. Your body and soul are a temple. Start treating it like it's valuable. An item at a high price on the shelf is worth nothing if it's never purchased. Use it and own it. People will find a way to drain you and take every possible positive thing out of you. They need you to feel good about themselves. You must have that honest talk with yourself and realize that you can't be yourself if everyone else has a piece of it. It's okay to let someone down or not meet one of their pointless needs. Pay close attention to how many people will tell you how to do your job but wouldn't last one day in your shoes. Even if they could do it, notice they won't sign up for it because it's easier to complain than be a part of the solution. My gift helps me channel my sixth sense to feeling what others feel. I have a way of building people up, but also shifting their lives because I can be honest with them. My gift allows me to break down that wall that everyone puts up, but leave them questioning themselves. This doesn't always result in great success because we are stubborn, and as they nod their head agreeing to do things differently, they quickly find themselves right back in their broken mindset. Others, though, have taken the difficult conversation and ran with it. They appreciate the honesty and genuine feedback because they knew it, just needed to hear it. I always try to lead them and make them laugh, help them to be thankful for life and appreciate the small things. I embrace my responsibility to empower somebody to want to do better and to want to make some changes. I find myself in these situations often, and it weighs on you, but when you're able to do and be able to inspire someone, the universe lets you know that you're doing the right thing. We can all convince ourselves we are good at what we do. At some point, though, we must differentiate to help and hit that highest level. Do you find yourself knowing and being able to do and handle almost everything that comes your way in life? Things work, they fall in line, and it's great because you're able to take on a lot and finish what you start. But when all those gifts don't satisfy, that's when you know you need to go to the next level. Some people are okay just living life, fixing things, being dependable, and working through it. Your moment comes when you're not chasing money, but ready to use your talents to make money. Then it's on. Be careful, though. There are plenty of successful and high-level people who only survive because of the therapy or prescription pills. They may have made it to the top, but that title and that money came with huge responsibilities. If they didn't own their truth, find gratitude in life's small blessings, then the stress alone will destroy their health. Don't be fooled by their shiny coat on the outside. Many will have no money but own a $60,000 truck. Others will have $60,000 and own a used truck. You decide who is free and owning their truth. You must earn these disciplines if you want to be bold and on the outside, but alive on the inside. Those titles or possessions mean nothing if you destroy everything inside of you and all around you to get it. There's nothing wrong with being blessed, but remember, this book is about learning how valuable you are just for being you, and that's the blessing. The only way it truly works is if you have perseverance, regardless of your situation or setbacks you've faced. My wife and I started young and took a big chance at this life together. Not having much worldly experience, but we had each other, and we had perseverance through the good and the bad. After 20 years of marriage, raising kids, working and doing life, we sometimes wonder how we made it this far. How did we make it? Why didn't we quit? At the time, we had no clue, but we knew it was going to work out. We knew we were going to live to the fullest, raise a family, and make our own way. We could destroy our future complaining about things we didn't have growing up, or join together and make what we had something special. We chose to make it special. Making your own way of life isn't something you can put on the drawing board and it falls into place. It takes work, patience, and strength to come out of those situations in a better place than when you were when you started. When you understand that you are chasing an imaginary finish line is the day you understand how to own your truth and become a champion. The mission never stops, and we never hit it, but when you fight to prove that the finish line is real, it becomes real for you. You also can't have parents attached to your hip or using leverage of things over you. You can't rely on the security blanket of someone else. Parents, kick the baby bird out of the nest. Support them and love them, but prepare them and allow them to find out who they are inside and what their place is without you. All the pain and struggles you hold on to only get worse for your kids if you don't help them at a young age to be honest with themselves and explore who they are. Your children can't be who they were destined to be if they are just a shadow of you everywhere you go. Put your life in harmony. Going from struggling, then to strict routine is like asking someone who hasn't eaten in 3 days to take their time on a full-course meal you just gave them. You must give yourself time to change, to feel it, to believe in it, and for it to become a part of you. You can't cold turkey everything just because you had your aha moment and expect life to be harmonious. It's rhythm you would hear in a song. It's the beat is good, it feels good, and then it touches your soul at the right time, and then it's on. You hit the climax of your life because you're in touch with your feelings and your vibe for the universe to bring more of it. The extreme shift isn't sustainable. You can't go hard without control in your life and expect it to just fall into place. Each day may need a different approach to trim out what's holding you back. Our life and leadership need to be prepared and coached into what it will become. It's never given on the first day. Different plans to keep the body alive. The body wants to be alive, so feed it and learn from it. When you own your truth, you're able to tell the difference between reality and your demon's whispers. You're able to wade through the mess of doubt and manipulation to keep trucking forward no matter what happens. Even if your situation turns out bad or not in your favor, you own your truth and you'll find a way through it. You may be suffering or struggling, but the battle isn't over. You must believe that you always have a chance and that you're enough, and that's all you need. The story of our life requires us to build a foundation, testing it to make sure it's strong, fixing any issues along the way. When the time is right, we put this thing together and all that hard work becomes clockwork, and that's when you can start focusing on your masterpiece. The outside can look as amazing as possible, but if the inside is damaged, broken, or full of holes, the functionality of the entire body and soul doesn't work. We all should have our own mantra, our expression of what we want to be known for. When I lead, I want people to come to me seeking wisdom, knowledge, influence, courage, and insight on how to do it, rather than coming to me in desperation saying they can't do it. This has evolved over the years, but as much as they are interviewing me, I'm interviewing them. This journey is about using your gift, but maintaining true balance. Know when to cut off the ones who drain you and give nothing back to what you have taught them. Your brand is valuable, and people should be drawn to your charisma, empathy, and confidence you carry day in and day out. Trusting and owning your truth is the true definition of being the light and the lifeboat in a dark world. If you've ever met someone who just had a glow to them, then you know that they have owned their truth. That glow can be yours as well if you'll leave your nets and follow the spirit that lives inside of you. Romans 8:26. In the same way, the Spirit helps us in our weakness. We do not know what we ought to pray for, but the Spirit Himself intercedes for us through wordless groans.